So hey there to my buyers, sellers, investors, and just those of you who are looking for great information about what's going on in the Atlanta residential real estate market right now. This is your end of April market report with data provided by First Multiple Listing Service and Bankrate. This report is for informational purposes only, and if you have specific real estate questions, be sure to comment those below so that we can get you the answers right away. You know, I have a lot of great information for you today, but be sure that you stay tuned to the end to see what rates are and to see what we expect to see in the next few months in housing. It'll be critical information for your future. But without further ado, let's dig into those numbers. From First Multiple Listing Service, let's take a look at those home prices. As you probably heard and you've seen out there in the world, real estate prices continue to escalate in an unprecedented manner. Let's look back to January 2021, and then in our entire MLS system, we saw the median sales price at $280,000. And now let's jump forward to today at the end of March 2022, and those median sales prices of homes have increased by 31% to a new median sales price of $367,000. That's quite a jump, and the largest increase as far as I know in history so far. One of the things that I'm hearing, or some of the things I'm hearing in people's minds, is that there are some concerns there might be a crash coming or a correction. A lot of folks are worried about, if I sell my home, am I going to be able to buy another one? And of course, the rapid increase in interest rates. These are all valid concerns. And if you have any specific questions on those, please comment or reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to expound upon the data and tell you exactly what we think given your specific situation. But let's dig into what's happening with inventory too. It's a super telling story. If you look at a graph of the entire closed sales from January 2021 to March of 2022, you see a great and interesting shape. They go up from the beginning of the year till that March, April month. Then they stayed really steady and strong throughout the year. Then we saw things sort of taper off towards the end of the year. January 2022 sales were fairly low at 6473, which is mostly attributable to that drop off in the holiday season. I think we all remember what happened in the previous years where with COVID, we couldn't get out. We couldn't spend time with family. We couldn't socialize. We couldn't travel. And we saw in 2021, everybody was tired of that, and they got out and traveled and visited their families and basically took a break from purchasing homes for a minute. However, if you look now to see what's going on at the end of March in 2022, we saw 9,535 sales. And that's quite an uptick, about 30% more from January. It's very similar to what we saw in 2021 though. We saw properties increase in the number of sales from January to March. Then we saw a very steady market throughout the rest of the year. We really started to see traffic slow down in November and December. This is, like I say, all mostly attributed to that Thanksgiving and holiday season. We also saw a very telling story in the median days on market. If you look back again at that January 2021, we saw homes selling in about 12 days. And very similarly in 2022, selling in about 11 days. So it's looking a lot like 2022 is going to be much of a mirror of 2021. You can also look and see what happened in April of 2021 versus 2022. And if you remember April, we saw that frenzy of multiple offers and bidding wars and craziness in 5 days on market. Very similar. March of 2022, 7 days. April seems to have dropped down just a little bit. So we see a lot of multiple offers going on right now, and we expect as inventory starts to increase, that's going to probably drop down just a little bit. Now, I expect we will see some very interesting things coming out in 2022 with all of these variables in place. So be sure you're watching very closely. If you know, right now interest rates are around 5%, and it is very important to consider the impact those interest rates will have on home sales. If you look back to January 2021, we saw those interest rates around 3%. And now at 5%, that's an increase of 2% in just 14 months. So let's look at this a different way and see the median sales price in 2021 when it was at $280,000 with an interest rate of 3%. And in this case, if you were putting 10% down, that means you were borrowing about $252,000. Your principal and interest payment in this case would have been about $1,062. Now, flash forward to today where that same house is $367,000 and you're borrowing money at 5%. You put that 10% down, or $36,700, and in this case you're borrowing $330,000 for the purchase of the exact same property. So 14 months later, that same property's payments are $1,773. That means your monthly payment is about 66% more than it was just 14 months ago. We expect this trend to continue with interest rates continuing to increase and home prices continuing to increase. We do expect the increases in interest rates to somewhat slow down the rate at which home prices are increasing and help normalize the market a little bit. Most likely this will be longer sales times and a little bit more inventory, but at a much higher cost. You know, I get calls every day, people looking to buy homes in Midtown, 4th Ward, West Midtown, Buckhead, Decatur, and really anywhere in the in-town market. If you have any questions about buying in town or you just want more information, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. My number should be in the description of this video. For now, I'm Brew Krabs with Berkshire Hathaway in Midtown. Thank you so much for watching today. And please remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe to get all the latest information direct to you. And if you like this video, you'll love the one that comes up on your screen next.